Well, we want to take a look at one company in particular here, Porsche, because it doesn't actually sell a lot of vehicles, the car maker, but its margins are so high that for American car dealers, getting a Porsche franchise is like buying a gold mine. Porsche has pushed its sales per franchise past high-volume brands like Chrysler and Cadillac. Plus, Porsche models like the 911 have some of the highest margins in the business. But the real turning point for this car maker was when it began selling the Cayenne SUV in 2003, because all of a sudden it wasn't just rich men who were driving a Porsche. Well-off families could pile the kids into an SUV that went for $60,000. And my favorite moment of Porsche intersecting with pop culture was when Carmela Soprano got a Cayenne in The Sopranos, and she told everyone that she got one. Tony bought one for her, and it was like Cayenne. It was the Cayenne, like the pepper. It was a big, big moment.
It became a car for housewives. What? You don't know the Porsche Cayenne? You don't know Sopranos?
My head's spinning on the Sopranos, yeah. Just, you know.
But a lot of the Porsche enthusiasts were really upset about the Cayenne. They were like, this is ruining the brand.
It was supposed to be a little sports car, and then all of a sudden it became a family car.
Well,
Jeffrey, I'm sure.
It actually went from, as you said, older men, over 50, who could afford to buy this car. Now they're going to have to share it with their second or third wife.
There you go.
And that was the real problem, I think, most of them. This was a very exclusive brand to mostly older men who probably have left their wives. At least that's what most of the guys that I know that own these cars. They're usually a little bit single. They're out showing off. This is their way to do it.
But it prompted a lot of other car makers to go in there and also come up with their high-value SUV, the high-end ones, right?
Yeah, and I thought the car was a great car. When I saw it, I right away said to my wife, you should buy one of these. But it wasn't, you know, a real spectacular environmental car.
But it raises the question of how much you're willing to sacrifice the brand. I can't imagine Ferrari, for instance, putting out a family SUV.
Maybe under a different name.
Howard Davidowitz with us. It's about aspirational America. I mean, there's all the cynicism about retail, and it's digital, it's sterile. Baloney. We still want to buy whatever.
Absolutely.
Nothing's changed is my point.
Nothing's changed, and we aspire to things. We're not France down in the dumps. We're a different kind of country.
When you look at this and you look at the pulse of New York, and I see you going up and down Fifth Avenue, what do you observe on Fifth Avenue that in 2 years or 5 years will translate across America?
Well, the first thing I look at are the rents. I mean, I cannot believe this is the most expensive retail real estate in the world.
And there's a big turnover, a lot of new stores.
Huge. By the way, it's double the Ginza in Tokyo, where we happen to have an apartment, but it's double. The rent on Fifth Avenue is double. I mean, it's astounding. And by the way, the space is being sucked up like crazy.
Who's going to win, the high-end individual stores that Sarah shops in, or the fancy department stores she wouldn't be caught dead in?
Well, the department store is dead in the water. I mean, there's been no growth for 20 years. It's been shrinking for 20 years. It's not going to disappear, but it's going to be less and less of a factor in retail in the United States.